China working to restore transport links after Tropical Storm Noul swept southern regions over the weekend and continues to move inland. Around 900,000 people in Guangdong province were evacuated ahead of the storm, with emergency measures still in place across most of the cities. Expressways reopening and rail services to Beijing, Hong Kong and Jiangxi province returning to normal. Despite weakening since making landfall, Noul remains the strongest typhoon to hit China this year. Authorities warning of high risk of flash floods for some areas through Tuesday, with local governments urging authorities in regions to strengthen prevention and monitor areas considered vulnerable to flooding and landslides. CNA's Deborah Wong has warned how residents in the south are coping in the wake of this storm.
So where I am now in western Guangdong, we're here because we want to understand the long-term impact on coastal communities, and because this region is also one of the most highly exposed to typhoons, especially during the summer season, and that's why we're here. And even though Yangjiang, where I am right now, was not directly in the path of destruction over the weekend for Typhoon Noul, residents here still tell us that they experience strong winds and also big waves, and so you can understand the scale of the typhoon is actually quite extensive, even though it went out all the way to the north. Rescue workers have so far been deployed to clear fallen trees, debris on the roads, and also pumping flood waters away from streets that are inundated. And there were also reports of power outages along some coastal communities, so we understand that grid workers were deployed to restore power overnight. And so far, authorities have already allocated around 100 million yuan for recovery efforts, and that's really substantial because we have just experienced 2 other typhoons in the last 2 weeks, and we're expecting more to come. So not just southern China has been hit by the most recent typhoon. We understand that the impact was also felt in the northwestern provinces. Gansu, there were reports of landslides there in the touristy area. There was also mudslides reported in Sichuan province, and people had to be evacuated. And so this is also because the typhoon has moved further inland, and so meteorologists have said that the impact is wider and also more prolonged. But besides that, there's also an economic impact that we have to be mindful of. So where I am in Yangjiang is actually a touristy area. We're here in Heilingdao, and I just want to show you this area. We're along a beach right now. You can see many tourists here, and you see where that pink pavilion is. Now, this is one of the impacts of the typhoon. So people here were saying that businesses used to be along that line where the pink pavilion is, but because this region receives a lot of typhoons and big waves, they've all had to move further inland.